This is episode 7 of Teaching Myself Finances as a Canadian millennial wife and mom because nobody taught me this shit as a kid. Here we go. We're going to talk about emergency funds today and why I didn't actually have one during my first emergency. Being on EI for the past almost year and a half now, I've been living on a third of my regular salary income. It'll be a year and a half in October. I've slowly burned through the emergency funds that I used to have. And then our first emergency actually happened, this flood. And I thought to myself, if we have to pay a big bill, if insurance isn't going to cover whatever, like where's that money coming from? Either a HELOC, our home equity line of credit, or worse off, our credit card. And that wasn't a great feeling. In the past, I've used my TFSA as sort of an emergency fund, which I've learned is not the smartest move at all. I actually took out 13 grand from that account to pay off my car because I absolutely loathe having a car payment. Daughter of a mechanic and never had to pay a car payment in my life. So the first time I did, I was like, no, screw this. I hate it. Quickly realized that that was a really dumbass move because I could have made so much more on the interest keeping that money in there than I would have been paying on my car. So lesson learned, take that one from me. To make things even more interesting, I've continued to invest the same amount in my TFSA as if I were being paid 100% of my salary the entire time I've been off on EI, which is only because I didn't want to slow down my investing. But now, being in my first emergency, not having an emergency fund has kind of bit me in the ass because that amount, what used to be a small fraction of my pay, is now 30% of my pay. Probably not the smartest financial move for sure. So I'm going to redirect some of those funds from my TFSA into rebuilding an emergency fund. And it's not because investing isn't important. It's just in this time of life where I'm being paid as little as I am, I need to be an adult and grow that emergency fund a little bit more. Money expert Dave Ramsey suggests $1,000 starting emergency fund, and I've heard experts say up to 3 to 6 months of living expenses, which seems absolutely freaking bananas. I like 6 months of living expenses would be nuts to save up and just keep as free cash for me at least. So I'm going to start with the $1,000. Our goal is when I do get back to work 100% of my pay, it will be as in episodes 4, I believe. I'll tag it here. Pay off our HELOC, pay off our car, build an emergency fund of that 1 to 2 minimum of living expenses. Every money mistake I've made has taught me something, so sharing mine will help someone else avoid it in the future. I feel like it's worth talking about. So let me know if you have an emergency fund well stocked up, or if you are in the same position I am and just hoping for the best that no emergencies happen, then you're gonna get a slap in the face when one does. Cheers to you guys and have a great day.